Hi everyone, my name is Kwon. I'm a junior here at UMBC studying English and psychology. I'm running for the historian position for the next UMBC VSA board term. Some qualifications that I want to share with you all were that I'm a former marketing and design committee member that was previously led by Minta last year. I also have extensive knowledge in Adobe Creative Cloud, Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, and Sony Vegas Pro, all kinds of videography programs as well. And I've also been on this past MAC Master Conference media staff as a photographer. So I believe that I have a lot of valuable experience regarding media, technology, hardware, and software. I've also had experience working with the e-board in the past, such as designing the current logo and banners and t-shirts. So that's some of my qualifications. Reasons why I want to become your historian for the next term is that I just want to continue pushing out great media, great content from our VSA for all of anyone to view, really. And I just want to maybe be a helpful resource for our e-board whenever they need help with marketing or design ideas, new merchandise. So that also leads into the plans I have as historian for the next term. I definitely want to work with a number of individuals who also have design experience in the past, working on maybe pushing out more merchandise, because I just recently designed a new t-shirt for our VSA, and I think that's a really good idea to raise money and also put out great products for people to enjoy and well, enjoy looking at and wearing that represents our VSA in a positive way. So, and I also plan on pushing out even more video content, even more photos. So yeah, that's my plan, and that's why I think you should vote for me for historian. Thank you.
We all know the saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Cheesy, I know, but something of that phrase or quote just resonates with when you combine it with the title of historian. Hi, I'm Nathan Nguyen, and I'm a junior here, and I'm going for a degree in media and communications. A part of my major deals a lot with Photoshop and in general the production of media, and I'm willing, that's not correct. I'm willing to admit that I'm not the best at graphic design, but I've used Photoshop for about a good 5 years now, and I would say I'm pretty efficient with it and all of its utilities. When it comes to video, I'm also very efficient when it comes to video editing for having done YouTube videos for I think at least 3 years now, and going and taking classes that deals with cinematography. And I'm also sure that those skills will be useful when it comes to the VSA and the need to make recap videos or anything like that. As a historian, I want to capture the adventures of UMBC's VSA and want it to be where future members can go back and go to YouTube and be able to watch those videos and be able to see our adventures and feel like they were there, and let them have the ability to see the stories that we made and the adventures of all that. One of my goals as historian is to capture all of the VSA's adventures, whether it be just a fundraiser or an actual event that we hold. And another is to personally improve my skills as a photographer and a videographer. I haven't been lucky enough to get a very high-tech and expensive DSLR, but I am working on that to do those things. And yeah, that's it.
Hi, Vivi. I'm a freshman here, and this is my first year here at UBC, obviously, and in VSA. And I can say that this organization has definitely been impactful to my experience here. I initially joined due to the advertising of Turkey Bowl during Involvement Fest during Welcome Week, and I don't regret it like at all, because I joined a family, and it's not just a club to me. I was given and made some big and a little, and they've impacted me in the sense that I believe that collectively we are a family, and everyone is always welcome to join events or just hang out with us, I guess, in the RLC. Continuing with the topic of family, when I came to one of the first Turkey Bowl practices, I was lost. I've never played football before until then, and I didn't know anybody except my brother, so it's kind of like that. I'm always that awkward kid that's set aside. After a few practices in, I ended up loving going to practice because I created really good relationships with people, and I wasn't just learning about the game, but I learned about myself and how I could interact with other people that I didn't know. And with that, I realized that I was a part of another family within BSA, and the team isn't comprised of just BSA members, but it is comprised of students from other boards and alumni as well. So it really brings people together with the idea of sports, I guess. And being as a person who has been involved with sports ever since I was a child, I believe that I'm qualified enough for this position because I know how teams work, and we all come together because we love one thing. And ever since that, I've stepped into ITU 104 or on Erickson Field at 8 a.m. on Saturday mornings. I've been given this really good sense of respect and love that I want to keep giving to the new members coming in next year. And yeah,
For the past 6 years, I haven't really felt connected with my culture. For these past 6 years, I've attended schools and universities where Asians were not present, at all. I was usually the only one. Hi, again, I'm Nathan Nguyen. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a junior going for a media communications degree. And when I transferred here this past fall, I was ready to see what all the talk about VSA was. Previously, I've had a cousin who was constantly talking about VSA, their adventures, and all the cool things that they did. Sadly, some events happened during the fall semester, and I could not be as active as I wanted to be in VSA, and that kind of bummed me out, so I really made it my mission for this semester to do so. And before I knew it, I ended up being not just involved, but really involved with VSA, being part of the culture show, helping out in any way I can. And for this entire semester, I have felt more connected to my culture than I have ever had for these past 6 years. I'm constantly asking my family all about the certain things that we do and why we do them rather than just doing them for the sake of doing them. I even started to speak more Vietnamese at home rather than just English like I usually do, especially with most of the elders in my family that don't really speak English too well. As culture chair, I want others to experience what I experienced this semester and just fall in love with the Vietnamese culture. I think one of the best things right now is, as a person, I mentioned this earlier too, that I am still learning and I'm willing to learn from others, and I feel like that goes a long way when it comes to being part of the executive board. And one of the biggest responsibilities for culture chair is our annual culture show, a show that brings most of the members of VSA together, but also the Vietnamese community. Along with that, it also brings an amazing show that usually incorporates a play or a skit, both graceful and cool dances, and it shows off the traditional attire of Vietnam, including a modern fashion show as well. And the best thing about that is that there's so much more that can be added, and it's up to the director. If I win the position, or rather, winning the position of, if I win the position of my goals for our VSA as a whole, one of my goals for VSA as a whole is to try to incorporate everyone, or at least everyone who wants to be part of it, and just show off our wonderful VSA, because I feel like our group, our student org rather, as a whole is a very cool people, it's full of cool people. And another more personal goal is to grow as a person and as a leader, or I guess director rather. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Vivi Hoang, and I am running for the position of VSA's event coordinator. This may be hard to believe, but 3 years ago I was very shy and I kept to myself a lot. It wasn't until one of my friends told me to come to a GBM that I finally opened up and broke out of my shell. Immediately, the enthusiasm and smiles that welcomed me solidified my desires to become a part of this friendly organization. Not only do we strive to make our members feel included while having fun, but VSA also emphasizes the importance of respecting and celebrating our cultural heritage and giving back to the Asian community. Since the first pivotal GBM, I've been to countless fundraisers, semi-formals, culture shows, MAC, and other big events VSA has coordinated. These events have pushed for more positive reputation on our campus and, of course, more fun. As event coordinator, I will continue that progress by pushing UMBC VSA out into the forefront and showing others that despite our school's reputation for being small and quiet, UMBC VSA is changing that dynamic with its events that get larger and larger. Becoming the event coordinator, I want to show how fun our organization is through more social events and entice new people to come out by utilizing social media more. I also do not want people to forget about our philanthropy of CPP or giving back to the community, so I will organize more volunteer events as well. Furthermore, as this group basically is a community, communication is important, and I will be seeking input of our members on our events. Like, did you like this? Did you not like this? Or where are places where you would like to go? Just things like that. I will make sure your voices are heard. Most importantly, I want to make sure every new member feels as welcome into our community as I did, so I can repay everyone for the love you have given me and continue to give me. I'm grateful to be part of VSA because it has introduced me to the friends I have today and helped me grow as a person. I would love to work with the future board members to organize events that are exciting and engaging and give back to the family that has given much to me. Thank you.
So over the past year, I've gotten a chance to see how UMBC VSA really works. And I've been lucky enough to be close with a lot of members on board, and I've gotten a chance to see how things are done, about as close as a general member can get. With that being said, the current treasurer has done an amazing job. UMBC VSA is still here, we're not bankrupt, good job, Tree. So the real reason I'm here today, I'm Andrew, junior majoring in information systems, and I want to be your next UMBC VSA treasurer. Why? Honestly, I just really like money. I'm kidding. So treasurers are a crucial member of any organization. Running an organization without money is like riding a unicycle without the proper training. Like you can only get so far before you fall, and then where do you go from there? So we need good money management to bring the best events to fruition for you guys. And as such, we need someone who knows how to handle money and look for and patch up any holes that we may or may not have already. So many of you guys know that I'm also a part of another Vietnamese youth organization called the VEYM. And I have been a member for quite some time, and I've also been in charge of many projects. Among those projects are managing small budgets in my own committees for certain events, and I've also worked very closely with the current treasurer there. So I'm pretty familiar with the basic tasks of bookkeeping and just making sure people get reimbursed and all that good stuff. So some of the things that I would like to see in the next term, either under me or someone else, would be transparency of the money. Like where is it going? Is it being spent? Is it being saved? How much of it is being spent on what? How much is it being saved on what? Because after all, it's not just eBoard's money, it's everyone's money. One thing that I also haven't seen prioritized as much, only because I'm on the outside looking in, is the use of internal controls, specifically a system of checks and balances to make sure that every penny coming in and out is accounted for. Not trying to accuse everyone of anything, but you can never be too safe, especially when it comes to money. Again, reinforcing that transparency. So, all in all, thank you for taking me into consideration for being your next UMBC VSA treasurer. And I just wanted to end with a quote from a pretty good friend of mine, or at least I hope so. Ask not what VSA can do for you, ask what you can do for VSA. The end.
Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Jeong. I'm a rising sophomore here at UMBC. I'm currently studying pre-pharmacy and biology, and I'm running to be on next year's eBoard as secretary. So the first VSA event I ever went to was actually a fundraiser at Viet Pearl. And I had never gone to a GBM before, but my friends were always talking about how great VSA was. And they just got their bigs, and they were making new connections with everyone in the club. And I was kind of jealous. I wanted that connection too, so I headed out. And I actually ended up meeting a lot of new faces and some friends, and I see them here right now. And it turned out to be a really fun time. So the next Monday, I went to a GBM, and I found myself connecting more and more with the people around me, and that's when I decided to stay in VSA. And they opened up to me with, they accepted me with open arms into their family, and I just wanted to use this opportunity to delegate more responsibility for VSA. With a demanding academic course load, because I am a pre-pharmacy and biological science major, I'm well aware that I have to manage my time very wisely to get everything that I need done. In the beginning of this school year, I was working too much, actually, and I found that it was interfering with my school and social life, and mostly because of school, because academics mean everything for a student. So I actually went to my manager and asked him to cut down the number of hours that I would be working per week. I went through, and now I've managed to not only focus on my schoolwork, as well as working as a pharmacy technician, but also being more involved in VSA. Since I became an intern, I actually wasn't an intern until last month, because I was afraid that I wouldn't have enough time to dedicate. However, I found that when I managed my schedule properly, and I was able to allocate time to become secretary. And attending the eBoard meetings, I've gained a lot of responsibility, and now I have a finer sense of the role behind secretary. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tran, and I am currently a freshman here at UMBC. I am majoring in information systems, and you might have seen me around campus, but you'll see me later today. Well, I'm pretty nervous right now because, I started choking on that fruit snack back there. You guys saw that? That's Julie, my opponent. So, I'm running for secretary, and I'm a very punctual person. I like being on time to class, events, or just anything in general. And what does that mean? It means that you'll always see me early at VSA events, by myself sometimes, but I'm also very organized, and I like to keep things in check, so I know where everything is. And this is an important aspect of being a secretary, because you're supposed, as a secretary, you should know where everything is, keep everything in check, know what you're doing, and yeah. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I first came here as an out-of-state student, not knowing anyone, And so as soon as I joined VSA, I started making friends and then going to events, and then I would be early sometimes because the emails I would receive tell me when to come to events and stuff. And as a secretary, I'll always send emails out to people knowing when they can come to events, when the event started, where they should be, GBMs, and other important things like that. And as a secretary, you can always count on me being early to events, so I can just be there, and if members are early, I can just be there with them and talk to them and hang out with them, and you'll see me there early. And you can always count on me because I'm always there.
Hello everyone again. My name is Christopher Kwon, junior, studying English and Psychology here at UBC. I want to run for external vice president for UMBC VSA for the upcoming term. I believe that I have many great characteristics, traits, and qualifications for the position. That being, which is really reliant upon my exposure to MOVSA as an organization and other schools in the MOVSA region. As a third consecutive attendee to MOVSA conferences, I've learned to build very valuable relationships with people not only from my school, but other campuses as well. Not only from MOVSA, but maybe even from Northeast or Midwest, no coast. With that being said, I have very good connections and networks already formed with some of the current MOVSA e-board members and other campus e-board members as well. I've already reached out to a couple of other EVPs that have been elected just to talk to them and start forming solid relationships. So that's vital for communication. I also want to be EVP because I believe that it's a great thing to go out to other campuses and represent my school in a positive way that makes other people want to respect and acknowledge the great things that we also do at UMBC VSA, and also so that I can learn how other VSAs run their organization, such as culture show events or fundraising, any kind of special events. I'd like to go out to other campuses to support them and maybe bring that knowledge back to our organization as well to benefit us. I do have a very reliable means of transportation, as I am willing to drive almost anywhere. I drive to countless amount of places, such as Tito, on a regular basis. That's about a 40-minute drive, but long road trips are no problem for me. And I'd also love to be a reliable resource for other members in our organization to come out. I'd like to bring out more members to more MOVSA events and other campus-wide events as well. With that being said, going along with my great networks and relationships formed with other people from other schools, I'd also like to maybe help work together.
Good evening. My name is Hoang. I'm a junior. I'm a biochem major on the pre-dental track. So, I am UBC VSA's current historian. For people who may not know me, but I feel like everybody here knows what I do. So, in the past year, I've become so much more active in VSA. I remember I really got pulled into the org at a GBM, and the board was looking for more volunteers for Culture Show, and I signed up to help backstage. I love the energy I saw when I started watching everyone act and dance and have fun in general. The bonds that were made during Culture Show were strong, and I wanted to be part of that familial feeling that VSA gave off. It wasn't even just during Culture Show where I witnessed a group of people that came together. Even at GBMs, it was nice to see everyone hug each other after not seeing each other for a few weeks. This is when GBMs were still once a month or something, twice a month instead of bi-weekly. I really got to see this family come together during all the game and karaoke, and movie nights I've attended and put together with the current e-board. VSA has really become a second family to me. Why does it all matter? Because an internal vice president is supposed to care about the general body and retain the members that come to the meetings and events. I believe that I have the organization, technical, and people skills that are required of me to be an internal vice president. I have staged and production managed quite a few shows in the past years with Musical Theater Club, which helps me stay organized and keep track of what people are doing and run logistics for events, shows, rehearsals, etc. I also founded NBC News, which is the local UMBC satire and news outlet. I'm actually missing their meeting right now, so. Anyway, I've also been on e-board for a whole year, and while in my position, even though my position is only a historian, I feel like I've come out of that title. Sorry, Wilson. I feel like I've come out of that title a little bit and kind of become a part of everybody else, as I feel like maybe everybody else feels that way too. I don't know, maybe it's just me. And I've been able to work with each of my board members to have an awesome and fun-filled year. So I want to make our incoming and current general members feel welcome and invite them into our family. Thank you.
My name is Tran, and I am running for internal vice president. For those who may or may not know me, I am currently a freshman, and I am majoring in information systems. Now, you may be asking why I, a freshman, am running for IVP. I will tell you why. It all started when I first entered UMBC, not knowing anyone, but then a high school friend told me to join VSA, and I did. I eventually got a friend to join VSA, and then her and I would go to GVNs and events together. Eventually she was busy, and I had to go by myself, and it was kind of nerve-wracking, but then I got the courage, and I kept going to events by myself and making new friends, and it was like something out of my comfort zone, and I was willing to do it. But then my first real actual involvement in VSA was at MOPSA, or MAC. It was an overwhelming experience for me because it was my first time as a freshman going to a conference with over 400 people from 11 schools from the Mid-Atlantic region and other schools. It was also overwhelming because there was a lot of people coming just to get involved into Vietnamese culture and to learn what it means to be Vietnamese, whether they were Vietnamese or not. And this experience kind of changed my college life. I got out of my shy comfort zone during that period of time and made friends with everyone I saw at MAC, and it paid off. So why am I running for IVP? Well, I want to be that one person that you can always be there, that will always be there for you, whether you're shy, quiet, or just want someone to talk to. This can be hard for people sometimes because they're introverts and they're shy, quiet, and don't feel like talking to someone. But I will be there, especially for incoming transfer students or freshmen because they don't know what they're doing, and I will be there to help them, lead them, and guide them. But I don't know if you guys remember this, but I don't know if you guys remember what it felt like to be a freshman or incoming student, not knowing anyone or anyone in a club. But for me, which was last semester, it was horrible because I was by myself in a club, shy, introverted. But I would like to make new members feel more welcome and comfortable as they join VSA and help them become a part of our loving family. And that is it.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I know it's pretty basic and cliche opening with a poem, but humor me for a second. This quote really inspires change, and that's what we're all here for today, to welcome change in the coming school year and electing and welcoming a new executive board for the 2017-2018 school year. So how am I planning on changing UMBC VSA? Thinking about it, I kind of anticipated a question about member retention and what we can do to increase that, and in my term as IVP or on e-board, or even as a general member next year, I want to propose a new event, kind of like a town hall social night kind of event where the e-board can meet with general members, see how we're doing, what feedback they would give us, what kinds of events, workshops they would like to improve on their own lives outside of VSA. Because everybody has a different set of skills and resources, and I want to give you guys a chance to show that off while helping you grow at the same time. And one thing that I've noticed in my past involvement with UMBC VSA is that we had a lot of fundraisers. And I touched on this earlier with the transparency thing. But as an e-board or even as a general member, I feel like knowing the results of a fundraiser should be something that's common knowledge for everyone. Again with the money thing. So if someone came up to ask how we did in the last fundraiser, we would know exactly how to answer them. There's a Greek philosopher, I'm not going to bore you with his name because it's really long, and he once said that change is the only constant in life. But obviously this is well before the time of UMBC VSA, because over the past 3 years, I've really seen many constants in UMBC VSA antics. Upholding the original goal of teaching members about Vietnamese culture being one of the most prominent. Before getting to know VSA, I didn't know it, frankly. I really didn't care enough to learn more about my own heritage. But ever since I kind of let VSA into my life, without even realizing it, I kind of took over my parents' role of encouraging my little brother to speak more Vietnamese around the house. So without a doubt, the current executive board has done an amazing job. The only thing all of us here want, besides winning, which would be nice, is to reassure them that they're leaving this organization in good hands. How did VSA impact my life? Let me take a quick second to highlight all that. Before I joined VSA, I was pretty self-centered, kind of problematic, all about me. But it took meeting a certain individual and many other people in this organization to really put me in my place and make me realize that it's not all about me. A lot of these people have taught me respect for other ethnicities and cultures, including my own, and this person and these people brought me into an environment where I could learn more about and appreciate my native tongue. I didn't always know it, but I've always had a passion for meeting people and bringing people together and watching their relationships form. I've learned to never underestimate the power of a late night thumbstick or a confiding session, especially during these college years, because in my opinion, it's these relationships that really inspire you, motivate you, and change you into the best you that you can be. At the heart of VSA is these strong bonds, and I want to help make it easier for you guys to form these bonds. I'm ready to bring change to UMBC VSA. I'm ready to help you guys open new doors. I'm ready to learn not only more about Vietnamese culture alongside you guys, but inspire us to learn more about different cultures as well. I'm Andrew Vu, and I'm ready to be your next UMBC VSA Internal Vice President.
Hi again. If you don't remember me, I'm Hoang. For the past few weeks, people have been asking me, why are you running for president? The short answer 90% of the time was because it felt right. But I can't run based on the fact that I'm saying that something feels like I should be doing it, but because I want to do it. So, I'm running for president because I want to and I care. I care about the people I've met, I care about the people who I'm going to meet, and I care about the people who I haven't met and probably will never meet in the future. I don't want to make it sound like I'm a product like I did in my last speech, but I'm not trying to sell myself out. I just really care about everybody. I may have only served the board for 1 year and have only been recently involved in VSA, but my involvement in the Asian American community has extended way before college. I grew up looking up to my mother, who is a huge force for me, and she was and still is a very active idol in the Vietnamese community back in Philadelphia. Recently, she helped fundraise and oversee the reconstruction of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Philadelphia, and as well as add the South Vietnamese heritage flag, which was a huge win for the community. Watching her give speeches in our history and why Vietnam and America are two huge influences and propellers of her activeness in the community really inspired me to get a hold of my school's Asian Cultural Association back in high school. If she can spark change, then I thought, hey, maybe I can too. As a member and then president of my school's ACA, we started collaboration with UPenn's Pan-Asian American Community House, or APACH, I think, to explore identities and what it means to be Asian American. This desire and confidence of being Asian American pushed me through college, and after a year of hesitation, I joined VSA to show my pride in my heritage, and along the way find a group of people who understand and care about me and I'm able to call a family. So why am I running for president? I'm running because I care about our culture and I care about our family. I want to bring the same type of feeling to everyone I meet and wants to join VSA. And I'm running because I like the kind of work my mom does for her community, and I want her to see us, the next and the next and the next e-board after that, give back to ours here in Baltimore and the Mid-Atlantic region. Whether or not I am elected president, I hope I get to work on this board for you. But even if I'm not on this board, I will still be happy serving my community as a general member, or even just a member of the community, because I just really care about Asian American awareness and culture and identity and being Vietnamese American, which is really important to me. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Truck, and I am here today to read my speech to y'all. So a friend of mine from high school always says to me, Truck is not Truck without VSA. 3 years ago, coming into UMBC as a freshman, I didn't think VSA would make such a huge impact on my college career. But now I'm standing here today reading this speech and hope to become the next president of UMBC VSA. VSA to me is more than just a cultural or social organization on campus. I know this is something that's been repeated in many speeches by many of the candidates, but VSA is a family. I know that my e-board is always there for me when I needed them, and I know that I always have my big and my little with me whenever I needed someone to talk to. VSA has given me so many different opportunities, from being sports chair to being the activities director for Malta Advanced Conference 6, and I believe I can take my experience from these I can take my experience to make UMBC VSA stronger for the upcoming year. For the past 2 years as sports chair, I've been in charge of scheduling practices and scrimmages, and I've also communicated to other schools such as GMU and College Park. But there's more to just for a sports chair than just football. You know, it's about dedication, determination, and of course family. Dedication because of the time and effort that you have to put into something that you truly love. Determination is because how much you want something to succeed, and family is for the people who are there for you through thick and thin. Turkey Bowl has taught me this, and this is something I hope to bring into VSA. And as Malta's activities director, I was able to expand my leadership and communication skills. As a committee director, I had to learn how to lead my own meetings for my committee, but also learn how to communicate, not only with just my committee, but also with other directors, and I believe that I can bring these skills back in order to help me lead the next e-board efficiently and effectively. As president, my goal is to make VSA not only bigger, better, and stronger than before. Bigger because VSA is currently one of the largest student organizations on this campus, and my goal is not only to maintain the membership that we currently have, but also expand to other potential members. Better because VSA is we currently hold many events throughout the semester, and I hope to make our events better for our members so they can come out and join us and learn more about VSA. One of the events I have in mind is similar to UMCP's Tasa Night Market, or like UMCP VSA's venture where people can come in to learn about our culture, possibly taste our food and stuff like that. And when I say stronger, I mean VSA is a family, and my goal is to improve bonds between members so we can all get to know each other and become a really big family. Currently we have the NGM program, and in my mind, I have an idea for a competition between them, similar to game night, but it's something that like big littles can come in and grow stronger as a pair, but also get to meet other big littles within VSA. Some of my other goals include expanding our connections within Malta. I know that our members get very few chances to meet people from outside our VSA, so I want to have more social events and gatherings to meet other members from Malta regions such as CP, George W, GW, and Virginia Tech, so that our members won't have to wait until the next summit or next conference in order to meet new people. I also believe that it's important to give back to our community. One of my goals is to reach out to other volunteering opportunities. I know that we did Movable Feast this past 2 weeks ago, and that's something I want to keep doing, and I also want to do something more with the Vietnamese community, probably with VMAP, or something more with our CPP. And finally, one of my biggest goals for VSA is to be as welcoming as possible, because I remember coming in my freshman year, I was welcomed in by Tommy and Laura. They made me feel at home and comfortable with the people I was around. So as president, I really hope to recreate this feeling for the new members coming in. This is all I have for my speech, and I really hope you guys enjoy that. Quick spiel.